Hey, Pastor Luke.
Oh, hey, Sonny.
What you reading?
What am I reading? Well, I'm actually reading the Christmas story. You see, we're continuing in our family Advent series, and so I want to make sure that I read the story so I can help share it with some of the SONQuest kids.
Don't we read that every year?
Yeah, I do like to read it. It is a familiar story. I know sometimes we read the same stories every single year, but sometimes the same things we read, we see in a totally new way. Speaking of new things, you've got a new gift idea?
Yeah, I've got a new gift idea for what I'm going to give everyone for
I've got
Christmas.
to hear this. What is your new gift idea then?
Well, I need you to help me out.
Okay,
Pick
so
up the bag and
pick
hold
this
it open
up.
for me. Because you have thumbs and I do not.
Hold it like that. And...
I love you.
Sonny, all you did was speak into an empty bag.
No, I filled it with love.
So you're going to give people bags of love because you spoke into it and said, I love you?
Yeah, and if they say no, they're saying they don't want my love.
Sonny, I don't think you can really give people bags of love.
Why not? I filled it, I said it, I spoke into it.
Well, there's nothing really in here.
It only looks like that. I'm gonna save so much money this year by not having to buy real presents.
You know, Sonny, I think it's neat that you want to give someone a gift of love, but I don't think you're really going about it the right way.
What do you mean?
Well, let me share a good example of it. It's actually the story this week that we're going to talk about in our Advent series. You see, each week of this family Advent series, we're going to talk about one of the best gifts that we've ever gotten. Do you remember what last week was, Sonny?
Yes.
I hope that you remember.
Oh, hope! We
Yeah,
talked about
it
hope.
was hope. We talked about hope last week, and this week we're actually going to talk about love. We're going to talk about love this week of the Family Advent series, and I want to read the Christmas story to you really quick. Because you see, Sonny, he actually has a good idea here to give people gifts that let them know, hey, I love you. God did send us a Christmas gift of love. But it's a lot different than Sonny's is. So listen and see if you can tell, what is God's gift of love? In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was a governor of Syria. And everyone went to his own town to register. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, to the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who is pledged to be married to him and was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born. She gave birth to her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger, because there is no more room for them in the inn. Did you catch it? Did you see the gift that God gave us?
I may have zoned out.
All right, well, if you need some help, let me share it with you. Now, this verse is in the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 9. 1 John, chapter 4, verse 9. This is how God showed his love among us. So listen up. We were about to hear how God did it. Are you ready, Sonny?
Yeah.
Do you need some help? Murphy, come here.
I might need some help.
All right.
Thanks, Murphy.
Listen up. We're trying to figure out what God did to give us love. Are you ready? All right, here we go.
Okay, I guess I can help.
This is how God showed his love among us. He sent his one and only Son into the world that we might live through him.
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
Saying the gift that God gave was Jesus.
So you see, you are just giving empty bags to people and saying, oh, look, this has some love in it. Because you're just speaking into the bag. But you see, God sent Jesus to the world to be with us because he loves us. So you see, when we give gifts to people, we do that because we love them. I love Sonny, so I want to give him something to say, hey, I care about you.
Aw.
I want you to be happy, and especially this Christmas season, I want you to know how much I love you. So we give gifts to people to show that we care about them, but you see, God gave us one of the best gifts ever, his son Jesus. God sent Jesus to us to be with us, to help us, to love us, and we believe ultimately to save us.
So yeah, I guess love is a pretty important part of
See,
the Christmas story.
Love is one of the most important things because it's God's love for us that really does save us. It's such a big deal that God loves us. That's why we've spent a whole week talking about and thinking about this Advent Christmas season. One of the best gifts is God's love for us. And we should never, ever get over that.
I never thought about gifts like that.
Well, Sonny, let's go back and let's start thinking through what are some better gifts that we can give
Okay.
people. We know we'll never be able to give a gift like how God gave to us. Well, we know that because God sent Jesus, now that we have God's love in us, we can also pour that love into others. So, Sonny, you know, an even better idea than trying to show people how much you love them is trying to show people how much God loves them. And maybe that's a part of what we can do this Christmas season, especially as we're going through the Advent series, is not only talk about how much God loves us, but how much God loves everyone. And he wants everybody to know it. That's some of the best things that we can do this Christmas time is tell other people, hey, do you know why we give gifts at Christmas? Well, it's because God has given us good gifts. And we can share that with our friends, with our family. Even if we're not able to see everybody like we usually are, Christmas can still be such a fun time. Until then, we will see y'all soon. Keep going in this Family Advent series. We're having a lot of fun, and we hope you are too. We love y'all. We're praying for y'all. So, Sonny, say goodbye.
Bye.
That's right, I didn't let you trick me this time. So say bye, Sonny.
Bye, Sonny. Ha 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 ha. Gotcha. Bye, guys.